Hi, my name is William Fitzwater. I'm not normally a person who complains, but I'm basically having problems with my car. Is It costs like $550 to get it registered, and then I have basically medical debt close to $1,000. I had a kidney stone attack back in September, and the problem is, it's I'm a working poor person. I live in California. I live in a trailer and I work in IT, and it's been basically part-time type of work, and it's just been basically hand-to-mouth existence for the last couple of years. I'm single. I'm 50 years old. I'm a diabetic on insulin, and I need health care. Well, the Affordable Health Care Act was supposed to solve all the country's problems. It didn't. And the problem is that it left a lot of people like me where they were advertising they were supposed to solve all the problems for low income people. It didn't. Basically, they shoved the finish line down to $16,000 per year that you get on Medi-Cal. I made $18,000 last year, so I can't qualify. And then on top of it, the Covered California eliminates the subsidies as far as 100% deductible, about $1,000 above that $16,000. Well, I made $18,890. So I'm not getting really much of any assistance. I qualify for, $500 deductible plan, and I had a kidney stone attack, and I'm stuck with $1,000 medical debt. And they're starting to pound away at me on collection notices and everything. And then I had a kidney stone test, which was inconclusive, and that's another $400 on the pile of medical debt. And now I'm back to the same problems that I had back 3 or 4 years ago. It's just not millions of dollars or unlimited liability, it's thousands of dollars. So I'm still stuck with the same problems I had before. And basically nobody cares. It's like, well, government doesn't work. When people say that, that means that they're comfortable, they have everything they want. And so they can sit there and say it doesn't work. Well, for me, it really doesn't work. And the problem is anybody that's going to so-called fix this is pretty much going to just pull the rug out even further out from under me. And so now my car is dying. I have a Chrysler Town Country that's basically the computer's gone out, transmission's failing, and it's going to cost thousands of dollars. And a friend gave me another car, and the registration is in arrears and everything, and it's $550 to get it out of hock, so to speak, so I can drive it. Well, I only have $400, so I'm $150 shy. So you figure $1,500 medical debt, maybe somebody gives me $150, I can get it registered, maybe not. I'm trying to get help from the California Retire Vehicles so I can Sophie's Choice the Chrysler and maybe get $1,500. But their story is, it takes 30 days for anything to get movement. And it's the way things are in this country. They promise a lot of things until you go ahead and you collect on the promise. And then you hear a different story. And it's all about lazy poor. Well, I'm poor. I've hardly been lazy. I spent a week literally cutting my arms up trying to get that Chrysler running, although I have psoriasis. But I wanted to show you folks that I really did work. Didn't get anywhere much. And then, I work these $20 an hour part-time jobs that don't mean a whole lot. And basically don't pay a whole lot. So it can't even cover any of the minimums. This is like, the definition of a sharecropper, where a sharecropper would sit there and put their bets on next year's harvest, and it never quite seems to add up. And I go for these jobs with a lot of younger men that snicker at me and give me a hard time. And basically, I'm the old geezer at the bottom of the heap. And a lot of this, as I said, you can hear in this recording, is a lot of bitterness and unhappiness and all that. But my lot would be a lot more happier if these debts weren't on my shoulders and I could have a car. Fortunately, California does not have a very good transportation network, although it's better in the Bay Area than most. but you have to have a car to drive to these jobs that don't pay enough. And then you have all these people spouting all these promises, but it's a different matter when you go and try to collect. And so, I would term a lot of this thing is, oh, we're willing to help you, but we want to either do it on our terms, or the church sitting there saying, oh, we got tons and tons of money to give out, but then you go ahead and you ask them for help, and then they don't want to look bad by giving you hundreds of dollars, or for them it's always on their terms. Government, it's always about, sure, we'll do it for you, but we always put quid pro quos, read the fine print. It's all about who we're going to help. Maybe we won't, maybe we won't. And then in the case of Affordable Care Act, it was full of what I call stealth booby traps. And then the booby traps now have gone off. And like poor Moses with the business with the Egyptians, where they tried to get their freedom, make brick without straw. Well, in my case, pay medical debt without cash. Drive a car without cash. Try to live in a society without cash. And then, like so many people that are younger men, you have the issue of where I'm basically cut off from the consumer spiral. We can't, even ever having hope to afford these items that basically nobody needs or wants. And so a lot of people get very, very angry. That's why you have the Occupy movement and all that. And in a sense, whomever's watching this, whether it's entertainment for you or just a cautionary tale, take your pick of whatever it is, realize that, middle-aged man is down on his luck. The attitude is get a job and be self-sufficient. But they don't provide you with the equipment to be self-sufficient. And then they call you lazy because you don't work, but you can't work because no jobs are offered or provided for. And the church justifies their behaviors because God and the scriptures tell them this is what it's about. The politicians justify it by the fact of their quote-unquote party loyalties. But in reality, I'm a person here who's down on his luck, vulnerable, and needs help. And anybody who's watching this and is interested, well, it's your chance to help a guy out. But then again, there's probably millions of other people out here that are also crying for help as well. But I sure could use help getting my vehicle back together again. And it's Chevy 350 V8s aren't going to come dropping out of the sky necessarily. But you know what? I'm always willing to give something a shot. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of, really pump the numbers up, because, the funny thing is this is the car is a Suburban, and it's got issues, and it's like the Onion. It's got, $550 of debt on it already just to get a hawk from the DMV, and then it's got a valve issue on it. I need another engine. Idiots drove it 100, 10 or 20, 30,000 miles with an engine that's basically crappy, and that could have poisoned those catalytic converters. So this is the onion. Each layer of the onion that I peel back, there's another layer. And so all this is hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, it's thousands of dollars. And I'm asking for help. And that this is a starting place. So anybody's interested in my plea, but it's also an indictment of the Affordable Care Act, a promise that was made, and a promise that has not been fully delivered. Just like civil rights was a promise that was made, it hasn't been delivered. I'm a white guy, so I can't claim racism or any kind of ism, because supposedly, this is all about, class distinction in this society, even though we don't believe in it. And so my viewpoint is there's a lot of hypocrisy in this country. It goes across party lines, it goes across religion, it goes across any ism you want to think of. But then there are decent, kind people out there who can really see what's going on. And the point is, like with IT, like anything else, we're at the bottom. There's the front half of the animal and there's the back half of the animal. And so much of the time I've brought up the back half of the animal. And frankly, I've been screwed to the wall, and now I'm not much of any use to anybody. And the answer is drop dead is supposedly not an option, but there'd be a lot of people I think would wish that I would go away. But unfortunately, I can't go away. And so I'm stuck here. Basically, I don't have the gumption to put out a sign on the road saying $550, please get my car out of hock. But this is kind of the closest to put that plea for help out. So this is my kind of plea for help. Make whatever you want to make of it. I thank you for your time. Bye.